हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association and your patience. I apologize for being late. Let us begin with our Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। तथैव चान्ये नरलोकवीराय आहवे कृष्णमुखारविन्दम् नेत्रैः पिबन्तो नयनाभिरामं पार्थास्त्रपूतः पदमापुरस्य। अहो बकीयं स्तनकालकूटं जिघ्रांसयापाय यदप्यसाध्वी लेभे गतिं धात्र्युचितां ततोऽन्यं कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम। अशेषसङ्क्लेशशमं विधत्ते गुणानुवाद श्रवणं मुरारे। किं वा पुनस्तच्चरणारविन्द परागसेवारतिरात्मलब्धा। सोऽहं नृणां क्षुल्यसुखाय दुःखं महद्गतानां विरमाय तस्य प्रवर्तये भागवतं पुराणं यदाह साक्षात् भगवान् ऋषिभ्यः। त्वं भक्तियोगपरिभावितहृत्सरोज आस्ये श्रुते क्षितपथो ननु नाथ पुंसां यद्यद्धियात उरुगाय विभावयन्ति तत्तद्वपु प्रणयसे सदनुग्रहाय। सोऽसावदभ्रकरुणो भगवान् विवृद्ध प्रेम स्मितेन नयनाम्बुरुहं वृजिम्भम् उत्थाय विश्वविजयाय च नो विषादम् माध्व्यागिरापयनतात् पुरुषः पुराणः। ससर्जाग्र्यन्धतामिस्रं मथत्तामिस्रमादिकृत् महामोहं च मोहं च तमश्चाज्ञानवृत्तया। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hmm. I think we have to start from verse number 23. Let me check. Hare
Yes,
Krishna, Krishna
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Ah, 23?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 8, Text 23. Sri Maitreya Muni is narrating to Mahatma Vidur about the manifestation of Lord Brahma from Shri Garbhodakshai Vishnu. मृणालगौरायतशेषभोग पर्यङ्क एकं पुरुषं शयानम् फणातपत्रायुतमूर्धरत्न द्युभिर्हतध्वान्तयुगान्ततो ये। Lord Brahma could see that on the water there was a gigantic lotus-like white bedstead. Mrinala Gaura, a white lotus-like bedstead, which was Shesha, which was the body of Sri Sheshanag, on which the personality of Godhead, Purusham, was lying alone. Ekam, he was alone on Paryanke. Paryanka in Sanskrit means bed. The whole atmosphere was illuminated by the rays of the jewels bedecking the hood of Sri Sheshanag. Ratna Dyuti on the fana, on the hoods, which was like an umbrella for Lord Vishnu. Atapatra, Fanatapatra. The fana were like umbrella for Lord Vishnu, and the illumination was coming from the jewels bedecking the hoods of Sri Anantashesh. And this illumination from the jewels of Lord Ananta dissipated all the darkness of those regions. Everything was very effulgent. There is no purport. So we'll go to text number 24. So Brahmaji, when he performed tapasya for 100 years, he meditated on the Supreme Lord. At that time, he had this darshan. Brahma could see. He had this very beautiful darshan of the Supreme Purush, Lord Vishnu, lying on Anantashesh Bhagwan. Text 24. Preksham Shipantam Haritopaladre Sandhya Braniverurukmamurdnaha Ratno Dadharau Shadhi Saumanasya Vana Srajo Venu Bhujangripangre. The luster of the transcendental body of Lord Vishnu, Kshipantam, it derided or mocked the beauty of the coral mountain. Coral mountain. Upala means coral. The coral mountain is very beautifully dressed by the evening sky, but the yellow dress of Lord Vishnu mocked its beauty. Krishna is the most beautiful. The Rupa Madhuri of Krishna is incomparable, atulya. There is gold on the summit of the mountain, but Lord Vishnu's helmet, bedecked with jewels, mocked it. The Ratna on the helmet of Lord Vishnu, the beautiful golden helmet decorated with many jewels, mocked the beauty of the gold found on the summit of the Upala, the coral mountain. The mountain's waterfalls, herbs, etc., with a panorama of flowers, seem like garlands. But Lord Vishnu's gigantic body and his hands and legs decorated with jewels, pearls, tulasi leaves, and flower garlands, Vana Sraja, mocked the scene on the mountain. So here, Lord Brahma had darshan of Shri Vishnu, and Shri Maitreya Muni is comparing the beauty of Lord Vishnu with the highest beauty that is available in this material world. People travel so much to witness the beauty of nature. In India, they may go to the Himalayan mountains to witness the beauty. In America, they may go to Alaska or some other place. People spend so much money, it's a big tourism industry, just to see the beauty of nature. And indeed, this is also Krishna's Vibhuti. It is beautiful, very picturesque, very scenic. However, as our beloved Srila Prabhupada said, if the art is so great, then how great the artist must be. If Krishna can create such beautiful landscapes, such beautiful mountains and valleys and flowers and jewels, then how beautiful Krishna must be, how great Krishna must be. So, comparison is made between the beauty of Lord Vishnu and the beauty of this world, and Lord Vishnu's beauty far surpasses the beauty of this world. Purport by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Purport. The panoramic beauty of nature which strikes one with wonder may be taken as a perverted reflection of the transcendental body of the Lord. Because you see, this whole material creation is contained within the Virata Roop. One who is therefore attracted by the beauty of the Lord is no longer attracted by the beauty of material nature. Param dristva nivartate. Although he does not minimize its beauty. Why should a devotee minimize the beauty of this world? Why should a devotee minimize the beauty of this world? Because the beauty of this world is also one feature of Krishna's greatness, Krishna's Vibhuti. Ekam shena sthito jagat, Krishna says. He is maintaining this world. In Shri Bhagavad Gita 2.59, it is described that one who is attracted by Param, the Supreme, is no longer attracted by anything inferior. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinam rasovarjam rasopyasya param dishtva nivartate. Text 25. Ayamato vistarata swamana dehena lokatraya sangrahena vichitra divyabharanam shukhanam krita shriyapashrita veshadeham. The transcendental body of Lord Vishnu, unlimited in length and unlimited in breadth, occupied the three planetary systems, middle, upper, and lower. Lord Vishnu's body was self-illuminated by unparalleled dress and variegatedness and was properly ornamented. Lokatraya, he was covering the whole world by his ayamata vistarata, his length and breadth covered. Purport. Srila Prabhupada says, the length and the breadth of the transcendental body of the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, could only be measured by his own measurement. Swamana. This verse says Swamana, by his own measurement. Because he is all pervading throughout the complete cosmic manifestation. How can you measure the immeasurable Lord? He is called Aprameya. Aprameya Parakrama. Aprameya means immeasurable, one who cannot be measured. So Krishna is Aprameya, cannot be measured. The beauty of material nature is due to his personal beauty. All the beauty that exists in nature is ultimately because of the beauty of Krishna. So Krishna is immeasurable. He is Sarvavyapi. Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam vyaptum cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmana. He's everywhere. But he came through the pillar. Sthambe sabhayam namrigam manusham. Why? Because satyam vidatum nijabhritya bhashitam. He wanted to prove nijabhritya bhasha to be satya. He wanted to prove the words of Prahlad Maharaj to be true. So Krishna, who is sarvavyapi, who is immeasurable, aprameya, he appears just in a suitable form to give pleasure to the devotees. Anugrahaya bhaktanam. Text 26. पुंसां स्वकामाय विविक्तमार्गैर् अभ्यर्चतां कामदुघाङ्घ्रि पद्मं पदर्शयन्तं कृपया नखेन्दु मयूखभिन्नाङ्गुलिचारुपत्रम्. Lord Vishnu showed his lotus feet by raising them. His lotus feet are the source of all awards achieved by devotional service, free from material contamination. His feet, Krishna's lotus feet, are the source of all awards, all the benedictions that come. Kama, Dughangri, Padmam, awards that come by devotional service which is free from material contamination. Anya Abhilashita Shunya. Vivikta Marga. And when Krishna is properly worshipped, Abhyarchatam, when is properly worshipped, then the highest gifts, benedictions that we get, they come from the lotus feet of Krishna. And those lotus feet, Lord Vishnu is raising and giving darshan to Lord Brahma. Such awards are for those who worship. Abhyarchatam. Archatam means to worship. Abhyarchatam. Those who worship him with pure devotion. The splendor of the transcendental rays from his moon-like toenails and fingernails appeared like the petals of a flower. The effulgence, the splendor of the transcendental rays coming from the toenails and fingernails. Toenails means feet, nails of the toes, and fingernails means from the hands. The effulgence coming from Krishna's nails is like the moon rays. His fingernails appear like the petals of a flower. They're so beautiful. Nakha Dyuti Sudhakaram Amulya Ratna Bhushanam Namami Nandanandanam. Nakha Dyuti Sudhakaram. The duty of the Nakha is like Sudhakar. Sudhakar is moon. Sudha means nectar, and moon is the source of all nectar, Soma, and also gives the nectar to the vegetables and fruits. So moon is called Sudhakar. So Nakha Dyuti Sudhakaram Amulya Ratna Bhushanam Namami Nandanandanam. Tribhanga Deha Sundaram Nakha Dyuti Sudhakaram Amulya Ratna Bhushanam Namami Nandanandanam. This is our Krishna. His toenails are very beautiful. In this material world, we have to do manicure, pedicure to make our nails good, nail polish. In America, they put artificial nails also. Krishna doesn't have to do all that. We have to wash our socks, otherwise our feet smell, shoes smell. Whereas Krishna's lotus feet, the fragrance of Krishna's lotus feet is what attracted the four Kumar brothers, Chatush Kumar, made them into pure devotees. So Krishna's body is not like our body. It is very pure, transcendental, Satchidananda Vigraha, spiritual body, purport. Srila Prabhupada says, Lord Vishnu fulfills the desires of everyone just as one desires. Krishna's lotus feet are Kalpataru. So Krishna fulfills our desires. This is just Krishna's nature, that he wants to fulfill the desires of the devotees. Ye yathamam prapadyante tam sathaiva bhajamyam. If someone wants to worship Krishna as a friend, then Krishna will make it happen. Someone wants to be his conjugal lover, his parent, Krishna will reciprocate. Further down, Srila Prabhupada says, according to the Gopal Tapani Upanishad, Lord Vishnu showed one of the many thousands of petals of his lotus feet. It is said, Brahmano sav anavaratam me ध्यातः स्तुतः परार्धान्ते सो बुध्यत गोपवेशो में पुरस्ताद आविर्बभुव. After penetrating for millions of years, Lord Brahma could understand the transcendental form of Lord as Shri Krishna. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. As Shri Krishna. Gopavesh. Gopavesh. In the dress of a cowherd boy. This is the original form of Godhead. And thus he recorded his experience in the Brahma Samhita, in the famous prayer, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. This is the understanding of Lord Brahmaji when he had finally darshan of Krishna after performing bhajan for 1000 years. Therefore, when every morning we have darshan of Krishna, Srila Prabhupada taught us also to recite the prayers of our Sampradaya Acharya, Lord Brahma, Govindam Adi Purusham. Venu Kwanantamaravinda Dalayataaksham Barhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. This beautiful Govindamadi Purusham Brahma Samhita prayer Srila Prabhupada taught us to recite as we take darshan of Lord Vishnu, Lord Radha, Krishna, Gaur Nitai, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Sudarshan every day. Text 27. Mukhena lokarti harasmitena parisfurat kundala manditena shonayitena dharabimba bhasa pratyarhayantam sunasena subhava. He also acknowledged the service of the devotees and vanquished their distress by his beautiful smile. Krishna likes to acknowledge the service rendered by his devotees. Krishna is very grateful. Krishna is not an ungrateful Lord. He is very grateful. You see Lord Ramachandra, always very grateful for the Vanar Sena. He tells Shri Sita that Ravan and his huge army has been defeated by your Sena, this Vanar Sena, giving credit to Hanumanji, Sugriv, Angad, Nal, Neel, Jambavan. Similarly, Lord Krishna also, when he defeated the army of Rukmi and Shishupal and Poundrak, Dantavakra, who had all assembled in Vidarbha at the time of the so-called planned marriage between Shishupal and Shri Rukmini Devi. At that time, there was a battle and Krishna defeated everyone. Balramji had come with the Yadu Sena. That time also Krishna told Rukmini Devi that your army has defeated the enemies. Krishna is giving all credit to his army. So, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what to speak of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Throughout Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahaprabhu is always giving credit to his devotees. Oh, Naam Mahima, I learned from Haridas Thakur. Rasa Tattva, I learned from Sri Ramananda Rai. The greatness of Vrindavan, Vraj Bhakti, I learned from Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami. Like that. Always giving credit to different devotees, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I learned what is bhakti from Sri Advaita Acharya. Mahaprabhu is saying, giving credit to his devotees. Text. So we are reading text 27. So Krishna acknowledges the service of his devotees and Krishna vanquishes their distress by his beautiful smile. Susmita Shri Mukhena Vrajapura Vanitanam Vardhayan Kamadevam. Kamadev, Krishna, he destroys the distress of the devotees by his sweet smile. Susmita Shri Mukhena. destroys the distress of the devotees. Think about it. Which means the devotees are in distress in this world. This world is dukkhalaya ashashvatam. And therefore, we should always expect distress in this world because this world is dukkhalaya. And there is a purpose behind the suffering that we face in this world. As they say, there is a method to the madness. Have you heard this term? There is a method to the madness. There is madness in this world. If you see what is happening around us, the socio-political environment, so volatile. We do not know what is going to happen between Russia and Ukraine, what is going to happen between Israel and Palestine and Hezbollah, and how many countries are going to get drawn into the war and proxy war, and what North Korea is going to do, what China is going to do, what Pakistan is going to do. We just don't know. Bangladesh. So in this world, there is always strife. Upadhruta. Prayena alpayushya sabhya kalavasmin yuge jana. Manda sumanda matayo manda bhagyahi upadhruta. Upadhruta means there is always upadrav, there is always disturbance in this world. There is madness in this world, but there is a method to this madness. What does that mean? There is a method to the madness. Which means, yes, there is madness, there is craziness, there is chaos in this world. But there is a reason behind all this. There is the sanction of Krishna behind all this. Devotees suffer because Krishna sanctions it. And Krishna sanctions distress for the devotees so that the devotees can take shelter of Krishna and attain the spiritual world. Whereas those who are not devotees, those who are karmis, they suffer because of their own karma. Brahmanda chakra brahmata swa karma bhihi. They suffer because of their own karma. Majority people are non-devotees and they are suffering. And they are suffering because of their own karma. Devotees are handful. And devotees also suffer equally. Devotees suffer equally in this world. For example, if devotees and non-devotees are thrown in the ocean, both will become wet equally. If devotees and non-devotees don't brush their teeth, their mouths will stink equally. Correct? Similarly, devotees and non-devotees suffer equally in this material world. Non-devotees suffer because of their karma. Devotees suffer because Krishna sanctions it. Externally, it appears both are suffering equally. Devotees also get heart attacks. Devotees also get stroke. Devotees also have road accidents. Non-devotees also have heart attacks. Non-devotees also have stroke. Non-devotees also have road accidents. Externally, it appears kuch difference nahi hai yaar. Why should I follow the four regulative? Why should I wake up in the morning and chant? Where is Krishna? It's same. It's not that those who chant 16 rounds live for 120 years. And those who don't chant, they die at 70, 80. If this was the case, then preaching would be very easy. Evidence-based preaching. Chant Hare Krishna and see how happy you are. Healthy, wealthy, wise. We don't see that. Why? Is it difficult for Krishna to give a long life? Bilva Mangal Thakur lived for 700 years. In Vrindavan. 700 years. Bilva Mangal Thakur. It's not difficult for Krishna. He can make Vibhishan Chirayu. He can make Hanumanji Chirayu. Not difficult for Krishna. Mrityu sarva harascha aham. Krishna is death. If Krishna wants, he will not come to the devotee. But why Krishna makes it look as if there is apparently no difference between a devotee and non-devotee? Krishna wants it like that, so that we take to Krishna consciousness, even though apparently there is no favoritism, apparently there is no special facility. Then those who take to Krishna consciousness, they are real devotees. Those who expect that I am a devotee, so I should suffer less, they are karma mishra bhakta. They are expecting something from their bhakti, ki Krishna will give me happiness. But a pure devotee does not expect any vetan, does not expect any reimbursement, does not expect any salary from Krishna. Krishna prema bina vyartha दारिद्र जीवना दास कहे वेतन मोरा देहो प्रेम धन. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us to pray. Krishna prema bhakti bina vyartha daridra jivan. Without Krishna prema bhakti, this material life is wasted. It is poverty stricken. Who is poor? One who does not have Krishna prema. Krishna prema bina vyartha daridra jivana. Okay, you are daridra, what do you want? Dasa kahe vetan mora deho prema dhana. The only vetan I ask, the only salary I ask, only reimbursement I ask, only compensation I ask is prema bhakti. Give me prem dhan. Because prem dhan bina vyartha daridra jivan. When Krishna sees such a devotee who is na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, then Krishna's heart melts. Aham bhakta paradhino. What a devotee. Whole world is asking me for dhanam, janam, sundarim. Whole world is saying I don't exist. Whole world is questioning my very existence. Whether I exist or not, they don't believe. And those who believe, they want something from me. Here is Virla Bhakt. Here is a rare devotee who does not expect anything from me. He is a Nishkam Bhakt. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Ataiva Shanta Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakalai Ashanta. Then Krishna's heart is attracted by such a pure devotee. So please understand, my dear friends, that suffering exists in this world for a purpose. There is a method to the madness. And the purpose is when we suffer, we take to Krishna consciousness very seriously if we are sincere devotees. If we are insincere devotees, we question what is wrong with Krishna. Why is he doing this to me? But we study Srimad Bhagavatam so that we don't ask that question when we go through suffering. Because Kunti Maharani did not ask that question. Draupadi did not ask that question when her 5 sons were slaughtered. Nor did the gopis ask that question. Nor did Gajendra ask, why me? Nor did Prahlad Maharaj ask, Krishna, can't you give me better parents? Could you not have given me better parents? Nor did Dhruv Maharaj ask that question. When we study Srimad Bhagavatam, we learn that we should not ask that question. Vipada Shantuta Shashwat Tatra Tatra Jagatguru. Kunti Maharani is praying. Vipada Santuta Shashwat. Shashwat, eternally, let me suffer. Let Vipatti come. Let calamities come. Oh Jagadguru Krishna, let calamities come. Because when calamities come, I will call out to you. And when I call out to you, you come. And when I have your darshan, my life is successful. Having your darshan means to not have bhava darshanam. Na puna bhava darshanam. I will not have to see this material world again. So when we suffer, there is a reason why we suffer. Krishna is sanctioning suffering for devotees so that we take shelter of Krishna. It should serve as an impetus to become more serious in Krishna consciousness, although it is painful. Although it is painful. No pain, no gain. We will not know our spiritual strength unless we face adversity. We shall not know our spiritual strength unless we face adversity. Just like we don't know our strength unless we do resistance training, unless we lift against resistance. है ना? Bodybuilding में, if you want to see your muscle strength, you have to lift against resistance. Then you come to know your strength. We will not know the strength of our spiritual muscles unless we face spiritual adversity. When things are anukul, then we do bhajan. But the test is, do we do bhajan when it is pratikul, when things are unfavorable? So, Krishna vanquishes the distress. Krishna gives the distress to the devotees, and then Krishna vanquishes it when we take darshan of Krishna's smiling face. Susmita Shrimukhena. Harasmitena, lokarti harasmitena. Mukhena lokarti harasmitena. Smitena means by his smiling, loka arti hara. Krishna destroys the distress of the devotees by his smile. So when we are in distress, we should turn to Krishna. We should not turn away from Krishna. By turning away from Krishna, we will simply invite suffering. Krishna bhuliya se jivan adi bahirmukh ataiva maya tare deha samsar dukh. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. If we become Krishna bahirmukh, then deha maya samsar dukh. Then maya will give us dukh. If we turn towards Krishna, then anandam buddhivardhanam. Because jaha Krishna taha nahi, maya ra adhikar. And who is giving dukh? Maya is giving dukh. Ataiva maya tare deha samsar dukh. Maya is giving us dukh, this material world. Tapatraya. But Krishna is tapatrayonmulanam. He uproots these sufferings. So the bottom line is, everybody suffers in this world. Non-devotees suffer in this world because of their own karma. Devotees suffer in this world because Krishna sanctions it. Krishna sanctions the suffering of the devotees so that our surrender to Krishna becomes more solidified, more serious. And by surrendering to Krishna, we will get Krishna. Mam evam prapadyante mayamitam tarantite. So the bottom line is, when we suffer, and suffer we will in this world, when we suffer, we should turn towards Krishna, not away from Krishna. We should always be facing Krishna. But when we go through troubles and difficulties, we should turn more towards Krishna. There are two types of sufferings, my dear friends. Please listen carefully in this world. There are difficulties and there are calamities. Two types of suffering. There are difficulties and there are calamities. Difficulties means we want something but we are not getting. We want a job but we are not getting a job. That's a difficulty. We need money but the money is less. That's a difficulty. But crisis or calamity means something that is completely beyond our control. We cannot do anything about it. These types of sufferings are called calamities, where we cannot do anything. It's just beyond our control. For example, a child dies. What can we do about it? It's beyond our control. We are not Krishna that we can bring a dead child back from Yamlok. So there are difficulties which we can work hard, try to find a solution to those problems. That is one type of suffering. And that we can manage with some endeavor. But there are calamities in life where we are helpless. Things are just beyond our control at that time. And that is when we really, 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 in the mood of Draupadi, raise our hands and surrender to Krishna. That Krishna, I am yours. Govinda Dwaraka Vasi. Krishna Gopi Jana Priya. Oh Gopi Jana Vallabh Krishna. O Gopijana Vallabh Krishna. Hey Govind, hey Krishna, I am yours. And that is when we need to completely surrender. Purport. Srila Prabhupada says devotional service to Lord Krishna is very much obliging to him. Think about it. Krishna Akarshini. Bhakti attracts Krishna. There are many transcendentalists in different fields of spiritual activities. But devotional service to Lord Krishna is unique. There are different types of transcend. There are jnani, there are karmis, there are yogis, but devotees are unique. Devotees do not ask anything from Lord Krishna, as we saw. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Ataiva Shanta. Otherwise, Bhukti, Mukti, Siddhi, Kami, Sakalaya Shanta. Even the most desirable liberation is refused by the devotees. Diyamanam na grinanti binamat sevanam jana. Thus, Lord Krishna becomes a kind of debtor to the devotees. Na paraye ham. Pratigya bhanga hoila gopire bhajane. And he can only try to repay the devotee's service with his ever enchanting smile. Susmita Shri Mukhena Vraja Puravanitanam Vardhayan Kamadevam. Krishna cannot repay. Na paraye ham nirvatya sarmujam. So he just smiles and gives more love, more bhakti, and the devotee is completely satisfied. Mukhena lokarti harasmitena. The devotees are ever satisfied by the smiling face of. We don't want anything except the smiling face of Radha Krishna. As long as Radha Krishna are happy, we are happy. Once there was a big calamity, and all the devotees in Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir were very sad. And His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj also felt the pain. But Maharaj was very peaceful, as usual. And alone in his room, he was playing harmonium and singing Hare Krishna, all alone. One brahmachari told me this. The brahmachari went inside the room and said, Maharaj, how can you be so peaceful and so blissful, even in the midst of such crisis? And the crisis was directed towards Maharaj. The calamity was directed towards Maharaj. And Maharaj was very peaceful. So when Maharaj was asked this question, spontaneously Maharaj said, Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumada Shrimad Ratnagara Simhasanasthav Shrimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Preshthali Bhi Sevyamanav Smarami. I am happy because Smarami, I am remembering that in the spiritual world, in Vrindavan Dham, Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadruma Adha. Underneath a Kalpavriksha tree in the divine forest of Vrindavan. Divyad Vrindaranya. Vrindaranya means Vrindavan. Divya. Vrindavana, Ramya Sthana, Divya Chintamani Dham. In the Divya Chintamani Vrindavan Dham, under a Kalpavriksha tree, Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadruma Adha, underneath a Kalpadrum, Kalpadrum means Kalpavriksha, Shrimad Ratnagara Simhasanastho, on a Simhasan, on a beautiful throne, bedecked with precious jewels. Divya Vrindaranya Kalpadruma, Shrimad Ratna Agar Simhasanastho. Many, many Ratna jewels are bedecking a beautiful Simhasan, beautiful throne. And Stha, situated on that throne are Shrimad Radha and Srila Govinda Deva. Two lords, Radha Govinda. They are sitting on that throne under the Kalpavriksha tree in the divine forest of Vrindavan. Shrimad Radha, Srila Govinda Deva. And what is happening? Preshthali bhi, Preshthali, the loving gopis, Preshthali bhi, Sevyamana. The Manjaris and the Sakhis are serving Shri Shri Radha Govinda in the divine forest of Vrindavan as they sit under a Kalpavriksha tree. Smarami, I am remembering this. So all the turmoil, all the calamities that are happening in this world, which they will from time to time, our focus should be on Radha Govind. That no matter what happens in this world, but in the spiritual world, there is no disturbance. In Vaikuntha, there is no kuntha. There is no anxiety. There is no disturbance. There, Radha and Krishna are smiling, sitting on their throne, being served by the Sakhis and Manjaris. Preshthali bhi sevyamana. Smarami. This is my meditation. Maharaj said, that's why I am peaceful. So here Prabhupada says that the devotees are ever satisfied by the smiling face of the Lord and they become enlivened. And by seeing the devotee so enlivened, Lord Krishna himself is further satisfied. This is the Anandambudhi Vardhanam Pratipadam. This is how spiritual bliss keeps increasing. Krishna is more happy, then he smiles more. And the devotees become even more happier and satisfied. Seeing the devotees happier, Krishna becomes happier. Krishna smiles more. Devotees. Anandambudhi Vardhanam. This is how spiritual world. So there is a continuous competition, transcendental competition between Lord Krishna and his devotees by such reciprocation of service and acknowledgement. This is the spiritual world. So beautiful. Text 28. Kadamba kinjal kapishanga vasasa swalankritam me khalaya nitambe harena chananta dhanena vatsa shrivatsa sthalavallabhena. Oh my dear Vidur, Shri Maitreya Muni is saying, oh my dear Mahatma Vidur, Lord Vishnu's waist was covered with yellow cloth, resembling the saffron dust of the Kadamba flower. And it was encircled by a well-decorated belt. Krishna's chest was decorated with a Shrivatsa marking and a necklace of unlimited value. This is Krishna's beauty. Krishna's yellow dhoti, his yellow belt, his Shrivasta mark of Radharani on his chest, his Kaustubh garland, Kadamba garland. Text 29. Paradhya Ramani Praveka Paryastadordanda Sahasra Shakham Avyaktamulam Bhuvanangripendram Ahindra Bhogair Adhivitavalsham. As a sandalwood tree is decorated with fragrant flowers and branches, Lord Vishnu's body was decorated with valuable jewels and pearls. Lord Vishnu was the self-situated tree, the Lord of all others in the universe. Ekela Ishvara Krishna Arasabhritya. And as a sandalwood tree is covered with many snakes, so Lord Vishnu's body was also covered by the hoods of Lord Anantashesh. Hari Bol. Fragrant like a sandalwood tree, covered with snakes like a sandalwood tree. Lord Vishnu also fragrant, lying on the bed of Lord Anantadev, covered by the hoods of Lord Anantadev. Purport. Srila Prabhupada says the word avyakta moolam is significant here. Generally, no one can see the roots of a tree. We cannot see the roots of the tree. But as far as Lord Vishnu is concerned, he is the root of himself because there is no other separate cause. Sarva Karana Karanam. There is no other separate cause of his standing, but he himself. He is the cause of all causes. In the Vedas, it is said that the Lord is Swashraya Ashraya. Swashraya Ashraya. He is his own Ashraya. He is his own support. And there is no other support for him. Therefore, even Prabhupada said, even Balramji in Krishna Balram Mandir is standing, taking support of Krishna. Balramji is taking support of Krishna. And Krishna is standing without support. Swashraya Ashraya. He is his own support and there is no other support for him. No need for any other support. Therefore, Avyakta means the Supreme Lord Vishnu himself and no one else. So in this way, Krishna is supreme and we should take shelter of Krishna. We will continue from verse number 30, Krishna willing, day after tomorrow. Sorry for the many delays, but now we will try to be very regular. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Shila Prabhupada. Ajay Govind Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. Prabhuji, I have a question from the last discussion where there was a question coming in on the meditation which Brahma was doing, and the duration was mentioned. This is text 22nd of the chapter we are doing. The translation says that at the end of Brahma's 100 year, when his meditation was complete. But we say that Brahma's total life is 100 years. So does it mean that, I mean, how can he be the whole life doing meditation and then he was doing creation?
Yeah, so actually Shamchandra Prabhu also asked the same question last time. And I don't know the answer, but what came in my heart is that when we get initiated, it's a new birth. So that's what I said, that when Brahmaji had darshan of Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu initiated Brahmaji, Tene Brahmaridaya Ādi Kavaye. So that was the new beginning. So because it says that 1,000 years Brahmaji meditated. So my understanding is that when he had darshan, then his life actually started, when he started doing the process of creation. So his new birth was at the time of his initiation, Dvija.
But again, I mean, that is okay, Prabhuji. I mean, we say that, but physically that birth is not happening, right? The duration span is still 100 years, correct?
Yes, the duration span is 100 years. But ultimately Krishna decides. Krishna is not bound by rules कि ऐसा 100 years ही होना चाहिए. So I don't know how else to reconcile that.
I was actually, I mean, looking at somewhere else also, Prabhuji, and I was able to see that, it is mentioned that it might be like the 100 years according to human calculation. If we say that it's 100 years according to human calculation, then for Brahma, it's very minuscule time for
Yeah.
the japa. So still a little confused, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe a good question for Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. You can ask him. But I don't know how else to explain that. But my understanding is that the lifespan, yes, generally it is 100 years, but ultimately Krishna decides. Krishna is in control. So like that. So Prabhuji is 9:30. I have promised that I will end at 9:30. So
I
okay.
think Prabhuji has one.
Shamchandra wants to say something. Yes, Prabhuji, go ahead. You can unmute Shamchandra Prabhu. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, Prabhu. I wanted to speak on this because I already spoken to Gaurang Darshan Prabhu.
What does Prabhuji say?
Yeah. Because Subodhini mentions as 100 years of human calculations.
Right.
And also our Balram Shakti Prabhu's notes I was referring. Because he gives a class based on Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's purports on Sarartha Darshani. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also is saying that this Purusha Ayusha that is mentioned in that verse refers to human 100 years. So I put this question back to the Gaurang Darshan Prabhu that if it is human 100 years, it is 0.016, because 100 years of human years is like 0.016 of a second for Brahma. And that is, so he told me that is enough for him to meditate and get the God realization. Like he could get the darshan. So I just understood that way until today again. Again, it is confusing because in the purport, in one of the verses, it is mentioned that Brahma meditated for 1,000 years. Now again, somewhere I saw that. So that 1,000 years, even if that is human years, it cannot be 100 years again. So it is a bit, I think,
yeah.
We have to
sometimes
just
you see,
probably...
I have seen many times in Shastra, sometimes things get very technical, and with our limited intelligence, it is difficult to reconcile. There are many things difficult to reconcile. So my policy has been not to get into too much technicality. We understand that Brahmaji sincerely meditated for a long time, enough.
Yeah.
And he lives as long as Krishna wants him to live 100 years. When those 100 years will start, when they will end, that's up to Krishna. But I personally don't get into technicalities, because too much technicalities, because some things are just not possible to reconcile with our human intelligence at this point. So understand the overall message and move ahead without getting
Sarartha
stuck.
Darshini also mentioned hundreds human years.
Human years, acha.
The commentary in there. I mean, yeah, again, you are right, Prabhuji, that might be little differences.
Yeah, because Prabhupada clearly writes Brahma's years. Prabhupada writes in that translation that Brahma is 100 years. So, but anyway, whatever it is, long time he meditated very sincerely, got darshan, and now he continues to live for 100 years.
Yeah, no, your point is absolutely right that the duration, absolute value doesn't matter. It's a long duration, and even if we take 100 years, currently in the age of Kali Yuga, 100 years human meditation is also way too long.
Yeah, but thank you for that nice question, and Shamchandra Prabhu, very grateful to you for discussing with Gaurang Darshan Prabhu and Balram Shakti Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Nice, thank you. So I will see you all day after tomorrow, and now we will go ahead with speed because a lot of gap was there, and I'm feeling bad about it. So we'll continue. Thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I also seek blessings of all of you very sincerely. Please bless me tomorrow on the appearance day of Shri Vakreshwar Pandit. We are starting a Bhagavad Gita class for newcomers in our subdivision where we live in coming. So 3-4 families have showed interest. So they will be coming tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the first session. So I seek your blessings and prayers so that we are able to connect more and more devotees to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
That will
Hare
be in
Krishna,
person,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.